The following program contains adult language, poor taste in jokes, racial slurs, political slurs, slants, and all sorts of things that, if you are sensitive and have a delicate constitution, you should probably go watch Teletubbies. You were warned.
Hey kids, welcome back to Roto Talk.
Right. Hey kids, welcome back. I lied. I said today my only focal point was going to be cleaning this hellaciously dirty shop. And I lied because the weather's getting nice and I got the decals on the V-Box, cracker box, and I want to clear coat that and seal this at the same time. So, yesterday we glued down our tops and we put on our balsa nose. And we sealed everything, fiberglass. Sealed up real nice. Got a little bit of a blop there. Save ourselves some sanding. See? Easy. Alright, nice and flat. Perfect, I like it. Okay, so today is the day we make this look like a boat. So what we're going to do is we're going to sand the fuselage flat on both sides. Okay? We'll flatten this out. We're going to round off the balsa in the front. We only need to round here and here because the cowl is going to cover the center bit. So you don't have to worry about rounding that off. But we're going to sand this flush, round this off, sand this flush, and then sand our sponsons. Did a rough sand on this one already. It's not too bad. Okay. And then we're going to use our pins. We're going to pin this thing in, clunk, like that, and we're going to glue them up. Really, really simple. Here's the one we have not sanded yet. Very easy. So, I'm going to go ahead and start knocking this stuff down. We're going to glue her together. We'll be right back. Yeah. Right. Now, we've got this thing starting to look like a boat a little bit. So, did our sanding. Got some schmutz in my hand. So now we got 6 little pegs. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to sand a point on each one of them. And that's going to go into the sponson side, because that's where we have the foam. Okay? But, before we get too excited, make sure that they fit in these holes too. If they don't, ream them out a touch. Okay? Because it's for your alignment. So you can take a rat tail file, which mine's... Oh, Lord help us. Lord help us all. Alright. So what we're going to do, I'm going to use my reaming bit and just going to open that up. This thing's so dull it probably won't cut. And just to make sure these are going to fit okay, which, yep, perfect, okay? Do that anyhow. 3/16 bit works just as well. Okay. And then we're going to go put a point on each one of these things. Do a dry fit first. Okay, and the point's to stick into that. And all I'm going to do, yeah, no problem. All I'm going to do is take this over to my belt sander and just spin it a little bit. And these are just going to be our alignments. So if you got any schmutz in these holes, which of course I did, sealant, epoxy, fiberglass, whatever. Alright. And those are going to line us up. So, let me go do that real quick and dry fit this baby up. Be right back. Right. Road twister, sorry. So, this is dry fit. We put some points on our little dowels on one side. And I did take super thin CA after I pushed them into the foam, ran it around it. Just to keep, you don't have to do that, but whatever. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do one side at a time, okay? And we're going to clamp in like that. We're going to do one side at a time. If it doesn't fit perfect, make sure you clamp to the front. You want toe in, not toe out. It'll ride like crap. I've done it with riggers, done it with outboard or tunnels. So if for some reason it wobbles on you a little bit, like you don't have it sanded perfectly flush, which looks like this one is, favor the front. Clamp that front super tight so there's no gap. And and leave the gap in the back. We'll putty it up later, okay? So what we're going to do, pop these off. Interesting, okay? Now we're going to take our 30-minute epoxy and we're going to coat this entire bit right here. And then we're just going to clamp it together and let it cut. Don't get any glue in here, in these slots, because we're going to need those later. Make sure you're doing the right side on the right side, okay? So this water trip here, this watershed, is always on the bottom. Remember that. Don't put this on that side. It's a bad day at the zoo. And these need to be down like that, okay? So I'm going to do that, mix up some epoxy, clamp this pig together. Be right back. Kids, here we go. So that is how I clamp them. Just bar clamps, nothing fancy, okay? I'm going to show you how I do the next one, just for fun. So we're going to, oops, make these bigger. Okay. Simple, simple. Now, I already did my dry fit, so I know it's going to fit. All right. Take some epoxy. Yep, I'm using 10-minute, but I'm not thinning it. It'll be fine. All right. And then we're going to let this cook. Probably do another video, separate one, where I'm going to use, we'll sand her down and we're going to fill it. I don't know if that'll be today. Be good and scary, though. Coming in! Hope this thing floats. Alright. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's been a fun build. And you know what's funny is I got an email from Uncle Joe today. And I don't know why my email hadn't refreshed for some reason, so it was a couple days old. And he must have watched that one where I said, I need to order the hardware, electrical hardware, and oh wow, this kit comes with 2 cutting wires. And he said in this email, he must have watched that video because he's like, I sent you 2 cutting wires because I know you usually fire stuff up without reading directions, and I figured you would have smoked the first one.
I'm the official sentry of the island of misfit toys.
Thanks, Uncle Joe. Thanks for the vote of confidence there, bud. Look at all that crap. These brushes suck. Well, my buddy, who's going to send me some test brushes that are better than these, he got in a car wreck. Like he was getting ready to mail them that day. My poor buddy Jeff got really whacked up. It's like some broad on her, broad meaning teenage kid from what I hear, on texting. Whacked him, like really whacked him good. Totaled his car, fucked him up. All right. Simple pimple. All right. So all we're gonna do is line up these pins. Very easy. Just like that. You don't get much easier than that. Now I'm gonna put most of my pressure on the front. Could have squeezed that together faster, I guess, but that's okay. And I'm going to put a fair amount of pressure there. This one, not as much. So I have less sanding later. That stupid frickin' brush. Ugh. Alright. So, we'll waste a brush here. Why not? Now, if it doesn't go together perfect, like I got a little, like that one went together almost totally perfect. This one didn't. I got good toe in though, so I'm not worried about it. And I got to use filler on this thing anyway, so it'll be alright. It'll be okay, Skip. Scooby. Okay. There we go. And that's about it. Do I need to put another one there? I might put another one there. Do I have them? I need to get another bar clamp. That's right. It'll be fine. So we're going to let that cook. Next video, I'm going to do a sand on it. And I'll show you how to get rid of this easily without sanding. And then I'm going to do a putty job on her. And then she's ready to seal. Keep dry side up, kids. Be right back.
Zippkits G30 Tunnel Build.